Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Anthony Joshua is back. Doesn't that man look like a superhero? That man came out there on the TV today. I said, it's a bird. No, it's a plane. Hell, it's Anthony Joshua, man. I'm so glad to see him back. If you guys been following the channel, you know I'm always rooting for the underdog. Even when it comes to fights, I feel people's stories. And I feel Anthony Joshua's, man. For people to turn his back on him like that, man, I think that's kind of corny. But at the same time, I believe you got to be yourself. And when it comes to Anthony Joshua, I think for a long time, man, he was just, maybe there's an image he was trying to uphold, takes his craft serious, takes the sponsorship serious. He wants to represent his brand the right way. Matchroom's brand the right way, Lucozades brand the right way, Under Armour's brand the right way, Beats by Dre brand the right way, and any other brand he's associated with. But to see him have that implosion after the second Usyk fight, that reminded me of like after eating a big Thanksgiving dinner, and you in the house, right, with a bunch of people. And you know your belly feeling full. And then you act like you left something in your car or whatever, and you go outside, nobody's around. And you let out just a real loud fart, you know what I'm saying? Then you come back in, keep the party going, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's what Anthony Joshua did. He let out a big ass, one of those Thanksgiving Day farts, you know what I mean? And he hasn't turned back. He's made some changes. He's got a new trainer. And look, I think Anthony Joshua, I think he's going to get back to the top of the heavyweight division. I really do. And Jermaine Franklin, to me, is not the measuring stick. It's just something to go out there and get his feet wet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, getting your feet wet and swimming isn't the same thing. And even jumping in the pool in 2 feet of water isn't the same thing as jumping in the pool at the 12-foot point. You got to get in there and swim at some point. But at least he's getting his feet wet. We're going to see how he feels. I really think he gets Franklin out of there with 2 rounds. Franklin's a counterpuncher. That's the only thing I could be a little bit concerned about. But then again, Anthony Joshua is not Dillian White. Franklin was able to clip Dillian White and had Dillian White dancing salsa around the ring on a couple occasions. Don't see it happening with AJ. Too big, too strong, too talented, and he's a superhero. Okay? But that being said, people just seem to, I think he's the easy guy to pick on. But I tell you what, when he let out that Thanksgiving Day fart at the end of that Usyk fight, wasn't nobody trying to make jokes about him. Everybody became uneasy when Anthony Joshua turned into Big Fimmy, the superhero. And they didn't like that. Everybody got uneasy. They were like, whoa, he's not very nice when he's angry, is he? Leave him alone, right? But nonetheless, you should just leave him alone because he had to get angry to get you to respect him. You should leave him alone because of this right here. When he turned pro in 2013, we just look at the first guy he fought was 8-0. Now we know Anthony Joshua was coming out of the Olympics. He had himself a gold medal. First fight, I think he got $1 million, which is impressive. But the first fight he fought was 8-0. Second fight was 14-19. Third fight, 5-6. Fourth fight, 7-2. Continuing on, 22-15, 7-2, 28-8, 21-9. Right? All that within a 1-year period. Then you get out here 38-9. Now within a 2-year period, he's fighting guys 42-22, 26-19, 36-10, 29-6. Then he gets into Gary Cornish, undefeated fighter, 21-0. Dillian White, undefeated fighter at the time, 16-0. Then after Dillian White, Eddie Hearn put up the checkbook, wrote like a damn $8 million, $9 million check, bought the belt from Charles Martin. Then he went on. Dominique Brazil, 17-0. Eric Molina, 25-3. Klitschko, 64-4. Takam, 35-3. Parker, 24-0. Povetkin, 34-1. Andy Ruiz, bad medicine on that night, 32-1, came back and clipped him, 33-1. Kubrat Pulev, 28-1. Usyk, 18-0. Usyk again, 19-0. Now he's about to fight Jermaine Franklin. So when you look at the resume of Anthony Joshua, you can say what you want, but to start off your first fight with someone 8-0 and go into your other fights with guys who have, 20-plus fights already, no matter, forget the losses. The guys have experience, You get experience from your losses too. You learn from your losses too. And just to see that he was fast-tracked, and for some people to say that he was put in there with easy fights. Let me tell you something. He's a superhero. He's supposed to make it look simple. Deontay Wilder, he's a superhero. Tyson Fury, he's a superhero. You understand? Those guys are 6'6", 6'7", 6'9". They're fighting guys in there 6 feet, 6'1", 6'3", 6'4". They're supposed to make it look easy. Big and strong, man. Reach. Come on, man. And you got boxing IQs and power involved. Get out of here, man. So that being said, Anthony Joshua is back. Looking forward to it. I still don't understand all the hate. This man bouncing around. He's trying. Look, that's what you're supposed to do. If you're working at a company and you're not satisfied there, you go until you find where you're the most comfortable. That's where you'll thrive, right? You'll plateau if you're in a position where you're not comfortable. Even if you're out there and you start a business, if it's like with me. I enjoy doing these YouTube videos. I don't have 200,000 subscribers. This brings me satisfaction and joy. That's why I have like almost 2,000 subscribers, but like 1.45, I think like 1.3 thousand videos already. That includes the shorts. I almost have one video per subscriber. You see, because I enjoy this. Now, if me going out here, getting back in project management, engineering, supply consultation and stuff like that, logistics, yeah, I can do it. And, I don't mind doing it. I got the discipline to do something I don't like I love it. But this right here is different. Same thing with AJ, man. You're out there with these different trainers. Yeah, you're cool, you plateau, you go on and you find what you like. He seems to be somewhere where he's found his groove and found where he's comfortable. And when you're in something like that, it's not work anymore. And I think he's going to thrive. I think he's going to excel. He is a superhero. And I think he's probably the biggest, strongest, most athletic superhero of him, Wilder, and Fury. I do. I really do. I've always said that. He's got everything to beat Wilder. You talk about reach. Anthony Joshua has the reach. Power. Joshua has the same kind of power. Get out of here. Joshua can hit you with one shot and knock you out cold. Okay? It's just, he throws combinations. He can fight on the inside. Wilder can't do that. Tyson Fury, reach may be a little bit longer, but it damn near close. Tyson Fury was like 83, 84. Joshua's 82. Joshua's 6'6", Fury 6'9". There's not much of a difference. Power-wise, Anthony Joshua is much stronger. Who hits the hardest? Anthony Joshua. Okay? Now, whose chin's the best? Tyson Fury. But at the end of the day, they're all superheroes. And I think Anthony Joshua has the goods to get in there and beat Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. But the problem is that damn Deontay Wilder right hand. But I think the same way David Benavidez was able to take that left hand away from Caleb Plant, I'm sure Derek James is going to show him how to take that big right hand away from Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's hook, without his right hand, he's a handicap. If we're talking about Deontay Wilder's hands like his eyes, he'd be a cyclops. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always rooting for Wilder. I'm just being honest. If he can nullify the Deontay Wilder right hand, Deontay Wilder's in trouble. Simple. And I have to say that just and give the benefit of the doubt to Derek James and what he brings to the table as a trainer/teacher. Now, that being said, Anthony Joshua, look, man, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's AJ. He's back. And I really think he's gonna show everybody this Saturday that if he's with the right trainer, that anyone who gets in front of him is going to be in trouble. Now, Jermaine Franklin, to me, is not the best measuring stick, but he's a measuring stick. No knock on him. Going against Dillian White, he's a measuring stick, not the best measuring stick. But after that, it's going to open up because you're going to see there's a huge mismatch. I think he destroys everybody, honestly. And he's not even worried about Undisputed anymore. He wants that, but his thing is just like, he just wants a title. Undisputed will come. And I'm telling you, because of the money he brings, most of the time when you get a guy who's a killer, people run from him. But if he's out here destroying people like what I think he's going to do now that he's with Derek James, the fights are still going to come to him because he's a draw. And they got the connection out there in the Middle East and everything. So the money's there. Everything's there for anyone to fight Anthony Joshua. You want to make a little 3-4 million and you're a guy like Jermaine Franklin, fight AJ. But I just think after these next two fights, AJ's out of here. I think he's off into the clouds, somewhere there in the moon. He's out of here because I think that's just what the fans are going to demand. Okay, he's back. No need for these tickling contests. Get in there with Wilder and Fury. That's it. Wilder Fury, not Frank Sanchez, not Luis Ortiz, not a Hergovic, not Jaleel Zhang. I mean, not even Joe Joyce. But time to get you in there with Wilder or Tyson Fury. You got to look how the stars are going to line up. AJ get 2 fights. Now, then again, maybe July time frame. It's April, May, June, July, because he ain't going to take no damage in the fight. Getting that July, August time frame. Clip Dillian White, end of this year, could be Wilder. Tyson Fury, end of this year, if you all didn't know, I talked about it, but he's supposed to be fighting in the Middle East, fighting Usyk. That's the move right there. Derek Chisora went on record and said they're planning an extravaganza in the Middle East in December for Fury and Usyk. And huge undercard. It's supposed to be a major event. He said everyone who's pissed off right now is going to be more than satisfied when they see what they're planning for Fury and Usyk in the undisputed distinction. Let's just see what happens, because Usyk is supposed to be fighting Dubois. If he fights Dubois, which I doubt he loses, but if it does happen, then, Dubois, Fury, that's not really the names you want to hear going to an undisputed distinction. But I'll be glad for Dubois. But at the end of the day, those are the plans right now. Anthony Joshua, his billions, is undisputed. Just has to get hands on at least one title right now, and getting his hands on Fury and Wilder and maybe Usyk. But I just really don't understand the hate for this man. I hear people saying things about Anthony. I've heard so much stuff about him. I'm not even going to repeat the stuff that somebody told me, man. I had somebody contact me and tell me some stuff. I'm not doing that. I have to take it with a grain of salt. But what I will say is, from what I see, I see someone who's dedicated to the sport and who's trying not to go back to where he came from. And he recognizes what he's from. He appreciates where he's from in his humble beginnings. He doesn't want to go back there. And I think most people who have an opportunity to change their lives, they want to keep doing good and growing. So that being said, look, I'm rooting for him. Anybody who's out here putting that kind of work in and willing to leave their family, wife, girlfriend, kids, or whatever, to come out here to make themselves better, man, that's a huge sacrifice. But that being said, look, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Anthony Joshua, and I don't see any packs of duck sauce being used on his fried rice. So we'll see how big Femi looks. Oh, plus, this man said he put on size from hitting the heavy bag. No weight training. Now, if you ask me, did someone build muscle from hitting the heavy bag? I'm going to tell you, I don't know. I've burnt calories. I've got my shoulders stronger, but to build mass, man, they just tell you what the hell they doing out there in Derrick James camp. I don't know what they doing up there in Texas, man. They're eating steak and potatoes or something. I mean, you just hit the heavy bag and build up your body? I guess it could, depending on the weight of the heavy bag. I don't know. But that being said, AJ is back, man. Hey, man, cut this man some slack. I think Superman has returned, and I think he's going to turn the heavyweight division upside down. I could be wrong, but it's okay. It's my opinion. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. Put some duck sauce on that fried rice. And I'm in the breeze.